Oh, it was recording.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Kyle and KZ.
More people get their voice out there, then I think they'll realize like we're all the same, really.
KZ decided, let's do it. Took the bait, so here we are.
Veteran Chat Project.
Where it's encouraged to not be okay all the time. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle.
KZ.
And we are the Veteran Chat Project, coming at you with a quick little recap episode. We are, 7 weeks into this journey, I would say. Right? 7 weeks?
And March 11th was the first podcast we put out.
Today is the 9th, so wow. Shorter than shorter than that.
It's been a short minute, man.
It's been a fun ride for a month. Absolutely. We just wanted to kind of jump on here real quick. First and foremost, to we can't say it or post it or verbalize it or express it enough. The support we've gotten so far has just been unreal. You guys are amazing. Keep tuning in, keep following us. We're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff coming up. We got some pretty awesome guests lined up.
Dude,
yeah.
if you could sum up like how the past 4 weeks have been, or not even 4 weeks have been, in one word, how would you sum it up?
One word, I'd say, I don't know, journey. I know it's something we talked about, just the journey that even led us to be where we're at right now and how we're sitting here, and all the random kind of things that have happened to help us be sitting here right now, as consistently as we are. And looking at a calendar full of people that want to be a part of the project, I'd say journey.
That's a good one. I like that one. Yeah, it's been unreal.
Yeah, I'd say unreal is another solid. Yeah,
dude, I'm so stoked about the stuff we've done so far. Like, who have we had on so far? Let's recap who we've had on so far.
Well, we started with the botched live episode of the first Turret Talks with your boy Justin Barton. We did still get a quality episode in that night, chatted for about a little over 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And then we went right into another one, actually, so I think we actually went for another hour that night. So yeah. We put out 2 solid episodes with Justin. I think we had, I can't remember in order anyway, but I think we had Kevin Dawson. We had him come on, Sergeant Dawson, old White 2. Just pop on and bless us with his presence. The presence of presence, as they say.
Yeah. Then we had Rooster on.
Oof.
That was
the man, one. The myth.
Yeah.
The Rooster. I love it. And then, Frank Murdoch, dude. Frank Murdoch stepped up and really wanted to get, he was in that second Turret Talks that we did. Kind of just popped up in there like, I think he was kind of talking about trying to stir up a little sports beef. And they're talking SEC about the South Carolina, Florida, little beef. And then he jumped on and, just couldn't wait to get back on and kind of share his story with us. And, just in talking with him outside of, outside of the podcast, everything like that, we decided, to bring him on the team. So you're definitely going to be hearing a lot more from old Frank Murdoch. Probably, quite a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely going to be bringing us some interesting people. He just up in that Seattle area, them guys, they like to talk, I guess. So there's a lot of podcasts up there, and he hooked us up with, skipping ahead a little bit, but he hooked us up with Eddie Lowry, who we will be on his podcast. Actually, we're going to have him on next week. Eddie Lowry is Off the Deep End podcast. If you haven't heard it, check it out.
Have you
The guy-
listened? Have you listened
I
to any of
did.
his stuff?
I was
Dude,
listening to it last night as I was messing with some stuff. Yeah, man, the guy speaks some absolute truth, and he doesn't pull
Bombs.
any punches, man. Doesn't pull any punches, and it's. I wrote a note in there, and I'm sure we'll talk about it. But it's like, how important do you think, like having a friend like that around is versus having like those yes men, like a friend that's like like you're fucking up, you need to it's on you, like you need to fix it, like.
Oh, that's
As opposed to just like, oh, it's cool, you'll get through it.
that's a definition of a lifeline. Like everyone needs that lifeline because without those kind of friends or just people in your life, you're gonna keep going on the track that you're going on, even if it's the wrong track. So, yeah, that dude. He dropped some knowledge bombs on us too yesterday or last night about
Yeah, I
actual
say we
podcasting.
only got we had 30 minutes with him, and I said it in a post that I made earlier. I mean, shoot, that 30 minutes, really absolutely changed the game over at the Veteran Chat Project. Got us on a new platform, so we're not limited to how much we can spit at you weekly. So I mean, it's another thing. We got some more episodes coming at you. We might be veering off in a couple different directions. I know veterans don't just deal with mental health. I think the next one of our guests we have coming up is going to kind of help us branch off into the first responder thing that we touched on a little bit with Sergeant Dawson on, just to kind of them guys kind of deal with this kind of stuff every day and don't really have time to process it. And we have a buddy who served with us who is a firefighter now, and we're absolutely pumped to have him on. So I can't remember what day. I wrote it down earlier. He's at
Monday.
the end of the month, isn't it? Monday. Yeah.
Monday the 17th. Is it Chief? Is it Chief Cardwell?
I don't
I don't know. I think he's a fire chief, fire captain. He's something. He's doing it big over there.
My man.
Yeah, man. We're super excited for everything that's coming up. I for one can't wait to have all these guests on and them share their stories. Yeah.
Did you ever think that we would get? Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. Go ahead.
Do you ever think that we would get this many people that reach out? That I figured we'd be able to get some friends on quickly, but we're already growing outside the friend circle. Did you think that would happen this fast?
No, I didn't. I for one didn't think we'd even get to the friend circle because you and I know a lot of people. We know a lot of the same people, and we're part of the same Facebook groups. And this sounds bad. I don't want to bash any of my battles, but no one wants to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, and I mean it's not a fun pool to swim in,
Yeah.
but that's why we try to do the turret talks. And I mean, honestly, for me, jumping in those waters kind of helps me, deal with some things myself. I think it's actually, I forgot, that was for the YouTube video that I was watching of actually Eddie on another podcast. I'll look it up here. Oh no, I won't. My phone's up there. So yeah, he was son of a bitch, dude. All right, let's just move on from this.
Okay. Yeah, not many people want to talk about mental health in that space, and so I was pleasantly surprised that our battles reached out to us, and former leaders and mentors were saying I like what I'm hearing. This is awesome. Can I be on? If you need someone, let me know.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked. For one, I'm happy that those people reached out, and because there are certain people that reached out that it's just in them, like when Dawson said he'd be on.
He was one of the first people that was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, if y'all ever need anybody, and we're getting on right now. If you want to jump
Yeah.
on," and then
I
we had to
was-
get him on again because I messed up. But there's a little bit of a learning curve.
I was surprised at first, but then I was like, well, that's in his character. Those are the kind of
Yeah.
leaders, those are the kind of leaders we had. Like, hey, you're doing something to help people. Hey, let me help you help people. I got it.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of the leaders that we had.
But yeah, these upcoming guests are, we got a couple of our buddies coming up, and then you talk about Eddie's coming on, Hey, I'm a little nervous to have Eddie on, dude. He's gonna.
Yeah,
hear
he's like a big shot compared to us, dude. We're like feeder fish for the feeder fish. We're like the stuff that goes in the little tank for the minnows.
Yeah,
And he's like, I wouldn't say he's like a shark yet, dude, but I mean the dude's like shark mentality for sure, and it's not like an aggressive like he's you could tell like 100% he's here to help. He wants to help as many people as he can.
Sure.
I think Murdoch posted in a Facebook group, if any veterans want to get on and talk about issues, this is what we're doing, and he was, I think, on the phone with them before we even got him in the meeting last night. You remember? He was like, "Oh shit, I got to call. Is Eddie on the phone right now? I'm gonna mute it and talk to him." And next thing you know, Eddie's in our deal, and like I said, drop some absolute truth bombs, man, and we appreciate that in ways we can't ever repay. So hopefully we can even live up to his expectations and have him on. But I mean, he seems like the type that he don't care. Like he said, he's stronger together. We want to do this thing. There's not many people that are wanting to talk about this kind of stuff. So the fact that he found another group of people that are willing to talk about it, you could just tell that he was super, super excited.
Oh yeah.
Like showing us everything he knew, over the short time that he's been doing. I think, he blew himself up pretty quick because, he's everywhere. He's talking about everything. Anywhere anybody wants to talk about, and I mean, we're going to be the same way soon, man. Anybody wants to talk to us, we're going to be there. I'm going to jump on a plane and come talk to you soon. You want to talk and you can't come to me and you're one of those, and you don't know how to work a phone or a computer or something like that, we'll figure it out. Maybe not quite yet, but one of these days we'll be there.
Speaking of figuring it out, I'm excited for Turd Talks on this Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Figure it out. We did figure it out, indeed. So we are going to be going live. I'll probably make a post, but I won't make an event. Just because the last time I made an event, it turned into a snafu. And, forget about that. We were going to do... I was going to look into doing it on YouTube as well, but I don't know... We still have to record through here. Same deal. More people are on Facebook in the evening than they're going to be looking at YouTube. But, I mean, it would just be shared through Facebook anyway. So we'll probably just stick to the Facebook. So Turret Talks, again. Why don't you let the people know kind of what Turret Talks again? So we'll just do the old classic. What is Turret Talks?
My daughter came up with that idea.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So Turret Talks is... it's just a space for us to get together and shoot the shit and hang out. Just like back in the day. We're sitting in the turret, nothing to do. Job's done, and you're just waiting to do the next step. Or, not to get off topic, but on Turret Talk topic.
Yeah, you're good.
Eddie last night when he was, he was stoked about the idea of Turret Talks. He said there's something about that atmosphere where your life's in danger or on the line, and you can't do nothing else but shoot the shit or talk about something completely random. And I was like, that's exactly what Turd Talk is. Like, we're trying to recreate
100%, dude.
We're trying
100%.
to recreate those moments. Like, you're sitting on OP, you could be blown up or shot at any minute.
Remember the name game?
Yeah. Or like, would you rather?
Yeah, dude. I tried to play the name game with my wife on a road trip once, and for those of you that may not remember, you remember the rules of the name game, right?
I think
so it was like I say, we'll keep it like in a world of actors, or we'll go sports players, right? So I say a name, first and last name. Your name. So the next name you say has to start with the first name has to start with the first letter of the last name.
Oh yeah.
So if I say like Michael Jordan, then your next, it has to start with a J. So
Jordan
we would
Peele.
do that. Yeah. You lose. Now show me your butthole. Wait, what did you say? Put it up there.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's how it goes. And I mean, man, that would last for. I mean, man, I had a name game going with someone for weeks because you just like all of a sudden we're sitting in the thing and it's like, all right, everybody up and we're moving. And you're like, oh, you know, and like, I got 3 weeks to think of that, dude. I got saved. So now I'm stuck with like a Y and we've already done 7 Ys, you know? So it's like, anyways, moving forward for the name game. Well, maybe we'll do a whole episode of the name game right here on the Veteran Chat Project. Do you like the name game?
we could end it like that. Just pop a name up there and have a challenge out there. Name
Check
game.
it out. KZ just had a great idea. We're going to start it tonight because we also, since the platform change, so we're on Anchor, which is now called Spotify for Podcasters. I don't know if you looked at the app at all, but we have like people can message on our Spotify. So like we can Q&A with listeners right there on the Spotify app. So like we could potentially start that name game up right now.
Oh, let's cue that up. Whenever right before we're done, just pop up the name.
Yeah, when this episode goes up tonight, we're gonna keep it sports figures, real people. Yeah, because the actors gets blurred because then people try to play like, well, no, it's not the actor, it's the character that he played, or sports figures. It's perfect.
That essentially is what
start with Christy Yamaguchi, motherfuckers. It's a Y to you, listeners.
So I'm
writing that down.
That's essentially what Turret Talk is. What we just did for the past 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude, perfect.
that's the atmosphere we're trying to recreate on Facebook Live. Just everyone get on and just shoot the shit, talk about whatever, and hopefully we'll have Frank on. He said he'll come on and start and talk sports. I'm not like y'all. I can't talk sports.
Sports desk. I've been told that I look like T.J. Miller. At one time when I was in Mexico, did you just see it? T.J. Miller. I'm going to tell you 2 stories where people thought I looked like you right now. So I'm in Mexico, right, for Butters' wedding. So Butters, Bledsoe, Morrison, our wives, Mexico for the wedding, right? I don't want to be offensive, but we'll just say because I did not ask her where she was from, I would say maybe Korean woman. Mm-hmm. Tapped me on my shoulder, super nice. Says, are you TJ Miller? Like in her accent, and I'm like, no, like not at all. And then like right there, I was like, I fucking see it though. It's right here. It's in the teeth. It's in the big old smile. Sports desk. And then the next time, so I was playing disc golf in Denver. So every 2 years they do a Rocky Mountain Women's Championship, where they set up this pretty sweet course that they only set up for this tournament. And it's only for like women to play. Like men can sign up to be their caddies, but it's all for women. I want to say breast cancer research or more like a major like women's organization, right? Yeah. So I'm playing. You get to play the course when the tournament's not up every year. It's still there to play or whatever. So I'm out playing it because I signed up to be a caddy actually. So I got to go play it before it opened. Anyways, I'm playing with my wife, the guy on the tee pad in front of me who actually runs a lot of the disc golf there in Colorado, I think, with my buddy Kyle Harrigan. He's like, I kept seeing him kind of like look back at me, like how you like look at somebody you think is famous, you're like, like, and he's like, dude, I had to stop, and I'm like, why? He's like, are you TJ Miller? I'm like, I said, no, dude. He's like, but seriously though, right? Because he lives in Denver, and like this dude did not believe me. He's like, I didn't know you were all tatted up, and I was like, dude, I'm not him. He's like, man, that would have been so cool though. He's like, because he's my favorite comedian, actor in this, and he's like, if he played disc golf, I was about to be just over the top, And I was like, man, I'm sorry to crush your dreams, you know, but I can hit you with a sports desk. I don't even remember what movie that was from, but like that's one of my favorite. He was like a sports announcer, but it was like very overly sarcastic sports announcer in a movie. But yeah, the two times I looked like TJ Miller. TJ Miller, you want to come talk to us on Sports Desk? Now I got to find out which fucking movie that was from.
I just watched. I had to double check on my phone to make sure I was right. What's that movie? I'm looking at it.
The one with him and Oh, go ahead.
Ready Player One.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the bad guy or whatever. He's like super. What's going on? I got a crick in my neck.
Yeah.
Or something. I was gonna say the first time I saw him was in She's Out of My League with like Jay Baruchel or not Jay. Yeah, he's like the one girl's like being a bitch to him or whatever. He's like. It's like, who brought the good news bear? Somebody spread the fucking honey. I'm like, God damn it. He's so funny, though. Anyways, TJ Miller. Turret Talks. That's what we do there. So, Turret Talks. TJ Miller. We've gone over a little bit of what we had. One thing I wouldn't mind talking about is shirts.
Oh, yeah, dude.
What do you think of those designs, dude? Pretty cool?
Pretty sick. Almost cussed.
Pretty sweet. I did cuss a couple times there because I get excited. We're going to try not to cuss for you guys so you can show this to your kids, but we're also not going to edit anything out.
Pretty forking sick.
Yeah, pretty sweet, man. Trevor Murphy over at Anheuser Designs, he really helped us out with helping me kind of make the design look right as it's going to be screen printed. So, for those who are not familiar, it's not going to be like the vinyl where, you know, it's just going to come off in a couple washes. It's going to be screen printed. I mean, they're full on, pretty dope shirts. Got the flag on the right sleeve, our logo on the chest, our logo big on the back, so you could show it off to everybody while you're at the gym. And they can come ask you, you know, what's the project about? And you can tell them, you know, we save lives over here. We're trying to anyway. And, you know, that's ultimately what the goal is for those. So you can look at the Facebook, check out the post I made on those shirts, and I will give you the quick rundown on those as I have the details pulled up in front of me. So we are running a pre-sale for these until April 26th. What that means is you can pay us on Cash App, link there on the Facebook page. Should be a link also on the Spotify when we post the episode tonight. Basically, t-shirts going to cost $30 shipped. We all know that shipping these days is insane. Plus, you know, shout out to the guys at the USPS. They work their ass off. They don't deserve to have their money taken from them, which is another issue, another story. But anyways, it's still going to be ridiculous pricing on shipping. So $30 is going to cover that for a t-shirt. Those come in black, gray, sand, purple, OD green. And yeah, and then we got the hoodies. The hoodies is what I'm most excited about. We got New Era hoodies. They're literally some of the best hoodies I've ever worn. When I bought one from Discmania when they were selling some, I think I bought one 2 years ago. It hasn't shrunk yet. It still fits me. I'm pretty particular about the way my clothes fit. And if it fits the same way every time I wear it and I haven't gotten bigger, I'm excited. So New Era hoodies, they're going to be in black and gray. Sizes up to 4XL on those. $1 per X, up to 2X. That's the same as the shirts as well, but all those details are in there. Color options on the hoodies are black and gray. Again, those are screen printed. Chest logo, back logo, arm logo. Yeah, so just put in your address, your what you want, and the notes of the Venmo or Cash App, and we will send you shirts in 2 weeks after the pre-sale is over. We send our money to the production team over at Anheuser Designs, and they will produce once we send them the money. So on April 26th, that morning, I will send him a deposit. He will start work on the shirts, mail them to me. In turn, I will turn around, mail them to you as soon as I get them. So roughly a week and a half, 2 weeks after the 26th, you'll have shirts. And I personally can't wait.
Same.
Like, I'm stoked. I've been pushing the shirts in the group text for a long time. Botwin was like, we're not doing shirts. We're not doing shirts. I was like, we got to do shirts, man. Everybody loves shirts. Veterans love shirts. You know what else they love? They love hats. Well, let me tell you what else we got. We're going to have some hats soon. Not this one. That's a one-off. And the one we'll get in the mail in the morning, Bowden, that's a one-off, too.
We'll be here tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Paid for express shipping, boy. Again, you take care of the people that take care of you at the United States Postal Service. Do you like the Postal Service? Well, then come on down to Veteran Chat Project. Sorry. The edibles have kicked in.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about the shirts. I know you're going to get them all. You're going to get all of them. But,
I'm probably going to buy one of each.
Yeah.
But I'm most excited about the hoodies and, to be honest, the purple shirt. The purple, I personally picked the purple. I was hoping that he was going to be cool with it. Yeah, purple. I like the purple shirt. I'm looking at it right here on my other screen. It looks dope. Here, I'll share screen. We'll go to Facebook. Share that so you guys can see what I'm looking at right here. Oh, that's not the one. So there's the hoodies. We got the purple shirt. That's what I'm most excited for right there. That's bad.
Dude.
That's a bad Mama Jamma right there.
I was just sick.
I don't know where that came from. I was trying to show off this that Murdoch made. Oh, is that in a post? Oh, that's sick. It clicks individually. I'm pretty technologically illiterate, in case y'all haven't picked up on that, but that's their fault for picking me as the producer. Well, it just kind of fell that way. But anyways, yeah, shirts, man, shirts.
Yeah, we're excited.
So also coming up, we on top of the pile of requests we got to have people come on and be on our show. We actually had a request to be on Vertical Momentum Resiliency Pride. I'm sorry. I keep wanting to say project. I'm going to say it again. Vertical Momentum Resiliency Podcast with Richard Kaufman. We're going to be on there at 8 o'clock Central, April 20th.
That's cool, dude.
So we're really excited to kind of share our story with him and his listeners, and yeah, hopefully it's gonna be a real good time. We're pretty nervous to have. Well, we got two firsts for us. We got a first that we both don't know coming on our show, and then we also have a first us going on someone else's show coming up.
Yeah.
All within a month. So basically, if you could sit there and talk about it for 6 months, there's no reason you can't just go do it, man. There's no telling how many people we may or may not have saved in the last month. Or just at least not even saved, but even just like made feel heard,
Yeah.
Or not even heard, but just like connected to. You know how important that is did I just hear something like that my own brain says every day, like out of someone else's mouth? Oh, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not alone. That's massive, dude. That it gets chills down my spine every time I think of that. Like even me personally, like knowing I'm not alone, knowing that there's people that want to share that so much that they want to come talk to us. Who are we? We got 30 followers. We got I don't know. We got 30 downloads or whatever per episode. Like who are we? Like apparently we're two likable dudes that people want to talk to. We're not medical professionals. We got to keep stressing that to people. Well, we don't have to, but we should. We're not medical professionals. We are just two dudes who've been through it, and we think we know the way out.
Yeah, we're not medical, but we cut out for a second. My screen cut out for a second. We're not medical professionals, but we are advocates. We are mental health advocates. It doesn't take anything to become a mental health advocate. Just talk about it. Be a person that's willing to listen to others talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think your approach to this whole thing was spot on when you sent me your audio intro. Like, on podcasts, you get on podcasts, you listen to podcasts so you can hear the host speak. But we're here to hear you guys tell your story. And that's
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly what being that's the biggest highlight to being a mental health advocate. Anyone can do it. It doesn't take a special piece of paper. You don't have to go to school for it. Sit down, open your ears, open your heart, open your soul if you have to, and just let whoever's talking talk and just feel what they're going through, because I guarantee you guys are going through the same thing. That's why they're talking to you. So
Yeah, that's why we're here right now. That's
Yeah.
why, as we're sitting there talking, like, I'm sitting here like, hey, like, I'm, like, it's a real thing we're doing, like, it's pretty special. I think about it a lot. It keeps me up at night already, and in a good way. Like, just the turnaround, of like what I've been through and where I've been, to kind of just where I'm at right now. It's an amazing to even, just to have this platform. Even one person wanted to listen to me, and I talked. And for me, I had never wanted to do therapy. I don't like going to a guy. I don't like going to a doctor. I don't like going to a professional. It just seems so scripted. And this isn't, we got a notebook here. It's got like some scrabbles in it, and we try to get it, as from the heart and from the hip as possible here. And
yeah.
And I think people really picked up on that, and I think that, that's the kind of value that we bring, and hopefully other people want to bring on to, Billy Follonews, one person I'm really excited to have on. Met him the first day he was in the Army as a young butter bar, and just right off the bat was one of those people who you met
Hell of a guy.
with a rank that his rank didn't walk in the door before he did. He left it in his pocket. He's like, hey guys, I'm Lieutenant Follonews. Like, oh, what's up, sir? He's like, oh, you're good, relax, all that shit. You don't have to stand at attention. I'm a second lieutenant. We're whatever. We know, but we're doing it anyway. And he's like, same respect. You're still, you did your thing. But he's still, I think he's Brigade XO somewhere right now. So we're blessed to have him after he's off that assignment. And I'm sure he'll have a nice glass of scotch or something ready to consume with us while he's, reminiscing up some memories and just getting off probably what's a hectic job for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. So we're excited for things coming up. I'm super stoked. But the one thing I want our listeners to get out there is or to remember is, one, we say it every podcast, you're not alone. And two,
You matter.
You matter. And fucking go talk to somebody. We're not saying to go talk to doctors. If you want to go talk to a doctor, talk to a doctor. But go talk to somebody. In my personal experience, it's easier to talk to people who have been through the suck with you. That's why
You just have to find the one that wants to talk about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to
Might
TJ
be
Miller
hard.
right now on this podcast. So
Sports Desk.
yeah, there's like-minded individuals in the suck. Those are the guys that you want to talk to, or guys and girls you want to talk to, because they can relate to you, and they're not going to give you that, they're not going to give you those blank stares, like, what are you talking about? Or just those, I'm sorry you're going through that. They're going to...
Which is, we thank you for saying that, but,
Yeah.
it's not. And it's hard to feel like I just dumped my soul out and, sorry you feel that way. Well, me too. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm here. That's why I went against everything I had to sit and go, 6 weeks, 7 weeks to a psychiatrist who on the 7th week was like, oh, I just got my computer after I had one for the first, and he's like, what was your name again? well, you were in the Army, right? Or you were in the Navy, right? And I'm like, no.
No way.
Like, are you fucking with me, dude? And he could have been, and I failed the test or whatever, dude. But he had all my information wrong. Like, he had me confused for somebody else.
TJ Miller.
And like, but like I knew, like, we had already talked like so many times that like I knew him. I knew about his son. I knew about, you know what I mean? Like, I listen when someone talks to me. Like, I listen. I'm feeling what you're talking. Like, I'm listening. I hear you.
Yeah.
It's really important to me when someone chooses me to talk to that I listen to them, give them eye contact if I can. I have a really weird thing with eye contact. I'm working on it with the camera right now. It's just, I mean, yeah, I forgot where I was going with that, but you know, it's important. It's important to listen and to be approachable as far as, you know, I don't know. I mean, the guy forgot who I was, I felt like, and it just like, I poured my soul into this dude's lap, and because he didn't have a computer, he didn't remember it.
So,
And that's when I was like, well, thank God my wife's a pharmacist. So I was like, you know, I didn't go to the VA and like, give me the cocktail, you know, that cocktail that they give out to a lot of guys. That's usually the kiss of death, or like the beginning of some downward spirals, you know. They just give you a bunch of pills and like they hope that they work together, and they don't sometimes. So luckily my wife is very, very knowledgeable at her job, and I was able to talk to her and get on the right medications. That was one thing. I'm not here to tell you guys to get on meds. That's for you to decide between you and whatever you believe to be God. You know, that's on you. For me, what worked: medication, exercise, talking to KZ here, and then eventually starting this podcast. And yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, just even my family, you know, they thank you just because you got someone who's a little less agitated all the time in their house, you know, and I'm sure
Same
that
here.
they can actually absolutely appreciate that. And
Same here, dude.
you know, I spend more time with my kid instead of spending more time mad at some shit I don't really need to be mad about, because at the end of the day, you know, it's about self accountability and being able to accept the fact that you haven't always been perfect in your life, and you know, just really be willing to go through those like kind of like we talked about, like, dude, like you got to eat those shame sandwiches sometimes, you know, you
Yep.
got to eat them, and
That's the only way you grow, man.
you know, I'm a big healthy boy, you know, because I ate my fair share of shame sandwiches.
Yeah.
But I'm still here, and you know what? Every sandwich made me stronger, and you know, God, I don't know. I don't want to keep saying that, but you know, God willing, I'll be here for a lot longer, you know, as long as I can keep my health in check.
There we go.
Diet, exercise, smoke weed every day. Hey. Not as much as I used to, but I'm definitely switching more towards the edibles because it makes me less head high, more kind of body high, which is where I need it. Like, I'm still catching myself, like, even you could see it in the camera, you know, talking about mental health still isn't very comfortable for me. So I mean, you can see me fidgeting and shit. But yeah, moving on. You matter, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know it can be tough. I mean, people have their demons and their things that they don't talk about, that they don't want talked about. I mean, you know, family members hitting family members up or friends up and telling you, you know, they're doing this or they're doing that, and then, you know, then you're like, what do? You know, I don't know. I don't really even know how to bring it up, but like, what do you do in a situation where you could have prevented it, but you really can't prevent it?
That's a tough question to answer, because it's up to the individual at that point, and that's why we try to harp, like, you got to talk to somebody. You got to get it out there. You got to get those frustrations out. Like if you know, my go-to is my family. If I reach out to my family, here, let me back up. If you in the military, in the army at least, like we're taught levels of escalation or de-escalation. That stuff still hasn't gotten away from me. So when there's stuff going through my mind, my first response, my first level of escalation, like I'm feeling this way. I can't breathe. Like my chest is heavy because I'm so fucking pissed off that I have.
Oh man, yeah.
Like my first level of escalation is I need to go talk to my wife. And usually I want to say nowadays 99.9% of the time, my wife's able to calm me down, and it's I love her to death for it. I could talk an hour about how awesome she is, but usually that first level of escalation is talking to my wife, getting it out in the open, talking about it, telling her what happened and what my body's going through and the reaction I'm having. And usually that calms me down and brings me back down to earth so I can think about what I'm going through so I can be better prepared next time. If my wife is not there, then I just step up to the second level. I escalate to the second level of like, what the fuck do I do now? Like, Nikki's not available. I can't talk to her because she's out busy doing groceries, so she can't answer her phone. My next level of escalation is talking to my battles, talking to Kyle, or the people we brought on before, like talking to Justin. Like Barton is like one of my go-tos. Kyle and Justin are one of my go-tos. My battle buddy group is one of my go-tos. Like talking to someone I know that has been in the suck there with me. That's my next level of escalation. Like, my wife's not here. Okay, let me talk to someone I know for sure has gone through or is going through what I'm going through. And then I just keep going from there. If I can't go from there, then I remove myself. Like, my next level is wherever I'm at, I'll try to if I'm alone, I try to go where there's people. So I'm forced to interact with other people because when I'm forced to interact with other people, I'm forced to be a gentleman. I'm forced to be nice, and then that kind of soothes me down, and then I can start thinking. So like those are my personal steps, and it's all, like I said, it's all up to the individual. If you're going through something and you just can't, you're reaching out.
Let's say you're going through something and then all those steps you had weren't there anymore. Then what?
That's a tough question, dude.
No steps. All your steps are gone. You're divorced. You're.
That's a good.
You know what I mean? Like not like you, but like hypothetically, you're divorced. Your family member died. You know what I mean? Like, and then what?
That's a tough, but it's a good question, and I can only answer that question based on how I reacted. So I didn't want to talk to the wife wasn't there, couldn't talk to her. I was too ashamed, or I didn't want to talk to any of my battle buddies. So and I caught myself I don't know. I blacked out, and like before I knew it, I was in the neighborhood park. There was a knife in my hand, and my arm was bleeding, and I was freaked out, and so I checked myself into a mental health hospital because at that point in time, I had taken the steps too far, and I needed medical attention. So again, it all comes back to the individual, and that's a lot to put on yourself. But at the same time, I would rather, like listeners, I would rather you put that load on yourself of okay, I'm hurting myself. I need to go to the hospital and get help, because if I don't, I'm going to keep hurting myself, and the people around me that I love are going to feel it the most. You're not going to feel anything when you're dead, dude.
No. Everyone else is, though.
Exactly.
There's people around. I mean, people, you get that text message, hey, just checking on you, and you're like, yeah, whatever, I'm fine. You know, like,
Yeah.
no, motherfucker, I'm checking on you. Like, I know you're not fine. Like, what's up? Oh, I'm cool. Yo, something's wrong. You know, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, you know, like the wife, you know, hey, what's up? You know, he's not doing so good. You know, he's been drinking. He's not taking his meds. You know, what do we do? And I'm like,
Yeah.
like having, you know, like you said, it's at this point, like, you know, it's got to be a certain level of responsibility. I mean,
Yeah.
to bring it back around is, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, you are responsible for the things that happen to you. And then I'm not talking about the things that clearly aren't,
Yeah.
you know, but like, it wasn't your fault you had an accident or, you know, you were
Oh, yeah.
born, whatever. But, you know, the things that you can control didn't go your way, and that's your fault. Or it wasn't supposed to. That's honestly a big way of how I move past a lot of things, is how I've started to really notice is no matter where I'm at, even if it's in the shittiest situation I found myself, if I'm in right now in one of the best situations I could possibly have ever imagined myself being in, there's always somebody I feel like, for better or less, I helped. You know, like I had a friend back in St. Louis that, you know, he basically didn't have anywhere to live, and I didn't live at the greatest place. You know, we talked about that. The house was, there wasn't no heat. There wasn't no AC. We didn't have running water in the living room. I could use the bath. I didn't have running water in the shower, in the kitchen. I'm sorry. I could use the bath and the shower, and I could brush my teeth, but I couldn't use the toilet. So I had to pee and... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I could use the toilet. It was fine. I was about to say I had to pee and poo outside, but that was after the pipes froze because the heat didn't work.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that dude slept on my couch, you know, so I was like, no matter what, I'm like, yo, this sucks. But, like, yo, this dude's going through it, too. He's not an army or nothing like that, but he was just a buddy I had growing up, and when I got back, he was right there. You know, he'll probably never hear it, but shout out Jeff Reese, you know, wherever the hell he's at. Probably back in St. Louis fixing someone's car. That's, you know, that's his thing, but, you know, and then just, you know, always, I don't know, you know, it's almost like the broken attracts the broken.
Yeah. And here's
and
the... Here's the I don't mean to interrupt you, but here's the thing too, and I have to remind myself of this, like when you and I talk, when we talk about our struggles, like I have to remind myself, like, you know, when Kyle's texting me about like, dude, I feel like crap today, blah blah, I have to remember, like, he's not asking me for a solution, like he just wants to talk, you know. And that goes both ways too. Like, you know, reach out to your battle buddies. Those guys that were in the suck with you, they're not gonna come up with a solution for you. Like you're in a situation that's making you feel like shit. That's making you want to take your own life, or making you, you know, have these flashbacks, and it's hard to go through. You know, when you reach out to your battle buddies, know firsthand they're not going to give you a solution, but they are going to bring you some level of comfort, because, you know, most of the time they're going to say, you know, exactly what I've been told by Kyle, Justin, all my battle buddies from Heavy Company. You know, I know how you feel, dude. I went through like I went through the same thing myself, and you know, and it brings a level of comfort. So just, you know, when you're talking to people, remember that, on either end, if you're reaching out for help or you're reaching out to listen, you know, if you're the one reaching out to help, remember that you're not there to give them answers. You're there for, it sounds so cliche. You're there as a shoulder to lean on.
Yeah. Because, you know, we all need somebody to lean on. All right, you'll never hear me do that again.
Yeah,
But no, man. Yeah. So
we want
end of the day, you gotta check yourself before you know, riggedy wreck yourself. And, you know, we're always here too. Our lines are open always. We've had people reach out in the Facebook messages, and I mean, again, we can give you advice at the end of the day, but we're just here to chat. You know, we can tell you, hey man, you know, get outside, go for a run, get some fresh air. You know, 30 minutes worth of exercise will fill up your energy bar for up to 24 hours. You know, hard exercise, 30 minutes, you get the rest of the day to be in a good mood. You know, like that's a free way to be in a good mood. The Army taught you how to work out. Go outside, push some earth, grab you some earth, and push that shit down. Some earth downs. That's what we used to call them. You're not doing push-ups, you're doing earth downs. And it was Goon, the sequel. I don't know if you're familiar with the movie Goon with Sean William Scott, where he plays a hockey enforcer. One of the funniest movies ever made. It's in the sequel where T.J. Miller is the broadcaster and he talks about Sports Desk. It actually really sucks compared to the first one, but it's not what I wanted. He was in there though. God damn it. That's embarrassing. Anyways, I will cut it. And then, so Goon Last of the Enforcers is where T.J. Miller is on Sports Desk. And that leads me to, again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You.
Don't forget him.
That guy over there.
Yeah.
That one. Hey, guy. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Thank you. All right. Hey, serious talk, though. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. We could not be where we are if it wasn't for the ears you lend us for an hour every once in a while. So for that, I guess we're going to sign out with the challenge of the day. Let's see if you guys are really listening to the show to the end. Christy Yamaguchi. So, started in the thread. We'll even bring it up. I'll post it on Facebook if that's easier. We will talk about Christy Yamaguchi. Next letter.
So the next letter has to start with a Y.
Yep. Sports figure.
It's too
You going?
No.
You want to start? You want to do number 2?
No, next week, dude.
Oh, but what if by the time we get there, they already got the one that you got? You're gonna miss it. Oh shit.